So go ahead and find your way into bridge prep if you're not already there. Hands out to either side, and we'll take about 10 more breaths here, just inhaling, allowing the natural curve to come into the back, and as you exhale, drawing the belly button towards the spine, flattening the lower back onto the mat, but keeping the pelvis on the mat. And go ahead and take a count of your inhalation and your exhalation. Just how long is your inhale and how long is your exhale. And then see if you can start to make them closer to the same length or a little longer. So as you exhale, drawing the belly button down towards the spine and the spine onto the mat. And as you inhale, letting the pelvis tilt back towards the feet, and you get this little natural curve in the back. So just start here, quite gentle with yourself. Pressing out all the stale air on the exhale. And then just let the inhale be natural. The pelvis tilts towards the feet. And then on these last few, go ahead on the exhale, start to draw the pelvic floor up. So just as if you're engaging that Mula Bandha just a little bit, and then release and take the inhale. And let yourself really press into the back as you exhale. Drop the pelvic floor and press out all the stale air. Good morning, Saren. We're just starting with some pelvic tilts in bridge prep with the breath. Now, if you've been with me a few minutes and you've already done about 10 or 12, just go ahead and release the technique and notice what's going on in the body. If you're just arriving here, go ahead and see if you can give yourself 5 more breaths of pressing the belly button towards the spine, spine onto the mat, and then tilting the pelvis toward the feet on the inhale. If you're paused here, noticing what goes on in the body, just notice any textures, pulses, any sensations in the body. We're really getting some fluid going through that sacral pump to press the fluid up through the spinal cord and around the brain. And if you've just arrived, give yourself about 3 more breaths here. And then go ahead and release the technique. Let the spine just have its natural curve. And then go ahead and extend the left leg long. Draw the right knee towards you. Interlace the hands over the top of the right knee. And it's called expel the wind. So as you exhale, just gently drawing the knee towards the right armpit. Taking a few breaths here. So here you're really getting a little massage in the organs as you draw the knee in a little closer with each exhalation. Once again, you might feel that lower back flattening onto the mat. That gives a little bit of extra space between the vertebrae. Go ahead and take one more breath here with the right knee. Draw the right knee towards the right armpit. And then we'll bring the right foot back onto the mat. Extend the right leg long. Draw the left knee in. And same thing on the left side. So just gently bringing that left knee towards the left armpit. On the exhalation, you'll find you can bring it a little deeper. On the inhalation, it might want to move a little bit away from you. That's great. That's going to just help lubricate that hip joint. But on the exhale, keep drawing the knee in. Go ahead and find one more breath here. Expel all of the wind. Expel all the breath. And then you can release the hold on the legs. Go ahead and bring both feet back onto the mat, back into your bridge press. If you have a block, grab your block. If you have just a towel, you can use that. Otherwise, you can do this without a prop at all. We're going to take just a very gentle double leg twist. So first, press into the feet, lift the pelvis just a bit, and place it over to the right. Lift both knees, both feet up, and place your block between the knees. Arms out on either side, and then we're just gonna let those legs come over to the left side. Keep the right shoulder heavy on the mat. We don't want that right shoulder peeling up. And then start with looking up at the ceiling or the sky, depending where you're at. And then as you exhale, let the head gently start to look over the right shoulder. So without pressing into the head or neck, with each exhalation, just let the weight of the head go over to the right. We'll take a few more breaths here. With each exhalation, letting the head be heavy without pushing it, just finding where your edge is this morning. Go ahead and take one more full breath in and a full breath out. And then on an inhale, we'll draw the legs back up, bring ourselves back to center. Remove the block for a moment so that you can bring the feet back onto the mat. Lift the pelvis, move it over to the left side. Lift the legs, bring the block or towel between the legs, and then both legs are going to come over to the right. Take a full breath here, and as you exhale, just let that left shoulder be nice and heavy. And then gently start letting the weight of the head look gently over to the left. So without pushing the neck, just letting it open with the breath. Take a few more breaths here. Breathing space into the body, and as you exhale, just gently moving into that space. One more full breath in and a full breath out. Let it all out. And then we'll gently inhale back to center. Take the block out. Press into the feet to bring your pelvis back to center. And then hug both knees into the chest and just rock and roll a little bit side to side. So here with the knees towards the chest, you can feel that lower back on the mat. Getting a little space there between each of those vertebrae. Go ahead and take another full breath in, a full breath out. Just have a little rock and roll. And then gently let yourself find center. And we're gonna come into tabletop, and you can do this two ways. One is you can bring your arms up and roll to the side, or you can bring your fingertips to the backs of the thighs and give yourself a full massage from the shoulders to the pelvis. Making sure that if you're skipping a little spot, that you stay there and make it round. Eventually coming up to seated, whether or not you've rolled to the side or rock and rolled yourself up, and then just turning to come into a comfortable seat. Bring your block with you. I'm just gonna adjust this. Great. Find your way into a comfortable seat. I like to come up onto a block, lift the pelvis, and then the pelvis tilts towards the legs so the knees can be heavy on the mat. Once you find this seat, you can rock and roll yourself forward or back and just find this place of least effort. So where the bones are gonna stack up, so you don't have to lean forward and hold. And then let's just tune our vibrations coming together with the sound of Om. Take a full breath in, exhale out all the stale air. And on your next inhale, let the hands float up overhead, coming to prayer, and then exhale, hands back to the heart. We'll Om together on the next exhalation. Beautiful. Go ahead and set the right fingertips on the mat. Inhale, left arm up. And we're just gonna lean over to the right, reaching in to open the left side body. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, just let the head move to look down between the leg and the hand. So you're getting a little bit of stretch in the neck as well as the lats here. Go ahead and take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then draw the head to look forward. We'll inhale the arm back up. This time left fingertips on the mat, floating the right arm up and over. Take a full breath in here, stretching through the arm, taking that side body stretch, and then gently just looking down between the hand and the leg, opening up the neck and the side body. And then inhale, both hands back up. And we'll just roll out the neck a little bit here, bringing the left ear to the left shoulder, letting the chin come towards the chest, and then on to the other side. And then the next time the head comes to the center, chin towards the chest, just pause, take the circle the opposite direction. And then the next time the chin is towards the chest, pause there. Draw the head back to center. We'll take a little twist here, walking the left hand over to the right thigh, pressing the hand into the thigh, right fingertips walking behind you. Get nice and tall here. And then as you exhale, pressing the hand into the thigh, gently getting there with each exhalation. Take the twist a little deeper. Being quite gentle in the neck here. So not trying to crane the neck around, but really working through the torso to find the twist. Get another full breath in, and on the exhale, use that pressure of the hand against the thigh to take yourself just a little bit deeper. Exhale all the stale air. And then go ahead and release on an inhale, walk yourself forward, taking the same thing to the other side. So right hand on left thigh, walking the fingertips behind you, and then go ahead and find the twist here, very gentle. Exhaling, pressing the hand into the thigh, letting the neck find its way last. Take one more full breath in and a full breath out. And then go ahead and release forward. We're going to focus on the shoulders today. I know a lot of you are spending a lot of time in front of the computer. So we'll bring our hands, we're going to give ourselves a little chronic bath. So just bring your forearms together, palms up, and it's as if you're scooping something up. Keep the arms together as long as you can, lifting them up, and then as you come up, you'll find the elbows want to come away from each other. Keep those hands together, let the backs of the hands roll up. Full body stretch here, and then keep the fingers bright and come all the way back around. So go ahead and give yourself a pranic bath with your own breath. Moving through all the little bits of the shoulder. Go ahead and find one more. Keep those fingertips bright as if you're reaching out beyond the body, beyond the physical body. Stretch high, all the way back around. Let's go ahead and take one more. Beautiful. And then go ahead and come off the block and we'll find our way into a tabletop. In tabletop, start with taking any movement that feels good. So if it feels nice to take a little side body stretch and look towards the opposite foot. If you'd like to take some hip circles here. And then find your way to neutral tabletop, tuck the toes, and we're just gonna open the feet here a little bit, pressing into the feet. Nice and gentle. And then we're gonna come all the way up into toe pose. So press yourself back, walk the hands so you're right over the heels. Now, sometimes these little toes don't wanna tuck, so you can reach down. Just take a full breath in and a full breath out. Allowing those feet to open. Take one more breath. And then on your next inhale, come back into tabletop. Untuck the toes. Place the tops of the feet on the mat. Walk the hands back. Sitting once again on the heels. And then this time we'll just lean back, walk the hands back, and see if you can lift the knees to open the tops of the feet. Take a full breath in. A full breath out. One more. Beautiful. And then coming back forward, finding our way back into tabletop. Keep the toes untucked and just tap out the feet. Beautiful. All right, we're going to take a few cat and cow here. So on your next inhale, go ahead and untuck the toes. On the exhale, press into the belly, rounding the back, releasing the head and neck. On the inhale, tucking those toes, looking forward, finding cow. Heart forward. Again, using your full capacity of breath. Untuck the toes. As you press into cat, press out all the stale air around the back. As you inhale, tucking the toes, allowing that fresh breath of air to come in. And then we'll start to add a few more things to this. So untucking the toes, exhaling into cat, and then pressing yourself into child's pose, expelling all the stale air. When you're ready to inhale, coming forward to cow and tucking the toes. We'll take one more round like that. Untuck the toes, finding cat, rounding the back, pressing into child's pose. On an inhale, coming forward into cow, tucking the toes, and this time pressing yourself back to find downward dog. Now keep the knees deeply bent at first. Bring the arm bones alongside the ears. Find length in the spine, and then gently start extending through one leg and then the other. Take your little dog for a walk here. And we'll start to do that same flow with one breath, one movement. So go ahead and find stillness and symmetry in this dog just for a breath. And then draw yourself forward into plank. Lower the knees. Take a full breath in, untuck the toes. Exhale yourself into cat, pressing back into child's pose. With your own breath, coming forward through tabletop and cow, tucking the toes on the inhale, and then exhale back, downward dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Coming back forward into plank. Lower the knees, untuck the toes. Exhaling into cat, pressing yourself back into child's pose. And then when you're ready to inhale, coming into cow and making your way back, downward dog. Full breath in, full breath out. One more round like that. Forward into plank. Knees back to the mat, untuck the toes. Take that full breath in. Exhale, cat. Press into your child's pose. Inhale forward, find your tabletop, tuck the toes, and then press back, downward dog. We'll be in this downward dog for 5 breaths. So walk your dog, take any movement, wag your tail. And then see if you can find your symmetry here. Press into the hands, into the knuckles of the fingers. And on your next inhale, let the right leg float up and take a big circle with that right knee. When the thighs come together, pause and take the circle the opposite direction. Pause when the thighs are together, and then we're going to step that right foot forward, left knee on the mat. Finding a low lunge here. Go ahead and draw yourself all the way up. Get nice and tall. And then we'll take a twist here. So hands come into prayer. And go ahead and look over to the right. Bring the left arm over to the right. Now, if you've been on the computer a lot, sometimes that causes wrist problems. So oftentimes I bring a fist into the palm rather than palms together. And you can try that here as you come a little deeper into the twist. Drawing that belly button towards the spine, using the pressure of the elbow against the thigh. Take one more full breath in, full breath out. On the inhale, we'll come forward, untwisting ourselves, and then we'll extend through the front leg and let the heart come towards the knee. So you're folding over that front leg while it's extended. Keep the spine extended, so try not to collapse here, but rather reach the head forward. The knee can be slightly bent here, no problem. Take another full breath in, and as you exhale, see if you can find any more space to move into. One more breath here. And then we'll walk the hands forward, frame the right foot, stepping back, downward dog. Taking any movement in dog that feels good. And then go ahead and extend the left leg, bend the left knee. Take that left knee in a big circle. Pause when the thighs are together and then change the direction of the circle. Pause next time the thighs are together and we'll step the left foot forward. Right knee onto the mat, finding our way into a low lunge, and then drawing the hands in prayer and taking the twist to the other side. So you have your arm bone pressing against your thigh bone, but you don't want to collapse here, so make sure you're pressing the thigh bone out as well. And then hands can be in prayer or perhaps one fist inside the palm, and then twisting to the left. On each exhale, perhaps you can find a little bit more space. One more full breath in, and a full breath out. On an inhale, drawing yourself forward, hands overhead, extend the front foot, toes are pointing towards the ceiling, and then just gently draw the heart towards the knee. Extending the heart forward, extending the crown forward rather than collapsing in the pose and rounding the back. Go ahead and find one more full breath in and a full breath out. And then making your way back into downward dog. Once you find your downward dog, go ahead and take any movement here. As the body finds space, we want to be able to move into that space. Create more space. On your next exhale, go ahead and come forward into plank, and then we'll lower the knees onto the mat. We're going to thread the needle here. So first, find your tabletop, make sure you're quite comfortable, and then go ahead and inhale the right arm up. Take that right arm in a big circle. Pause, take the circle the opposite direction. And then reaching that right arm up towards the ceiling, we're going to draw it underneath the left armpit and keep drawing it towards the left until we can bring that right shoulder onto the mat. Left hand is in front of the face. Use that left hand to press into the floor. Bring the weight onto the shoulder so it's not on the neck. You can keep the pose here with the hand in front of the face, or you're welcome to draw that left hand up and reach over to the opposite hip. Find about 4 more breaths here. And if you reach for the opposite hip, go ahead and release the hand back in front of the face. On an exhalation, pressing into the hand, draw yourself all the way up, and then we'll just roll that right shoulder out one more time. And then right hand back to the mat, same thing other side. So extending through the left fingertips, rolling the shoulder out, take the circle in both directions. And then extend the left hand up towards the ceiling. And we're going to thread the needle underneath the right armpit. Keep reaching to the right until you can bring, reaching to the right until you can bring the shoulder onto the mat. Right hand is in front of the face. Go ahead and press in. So you don't want the weight on your head. You want the weight on the shoulder. And then you can draw that right hand up, reaching for the opposite hip crease. And just settling in here for 3 more breaths. On your next inhale, if you've held the hip crease, go ahead and bring the hand back in front of the face. Once you've arrived there, you can press back up. Go ahead and roll that shoulder out. And then here from your tabletop, we're just going to tuck the toes, press into the hands to lift the knees, and shoot the tailbone to the back of the mat. Keep the heels lifted for a moment. Find length in the spine. Arm bones are alongside the ears, and then gently making your way downward dog. Take any movement you need the first few breaths, and then see if you can find a moment of stillness here. And then ever so gently, begin walking the feet towards the hands. Finding forward fold at the top of the mat. Go ahead and relax into this forward fold a few moments. Release the head and neck towards the mat. You can even bring the hands behind the calf muscles and just gently draw yourself a little deeper. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. See if there's anything else you can relax. Release your jaw. Release your neck. And then we're going to inhale, rolling up the spine. So the head, neck, arms stay heavy. Keep stacking the bones. And then let the hands float up overhead, palms together overhead. Get nice and tall here. And then look up the palms, you'll find a little bit of a back bend. And then making your way back to center, draw the palms back to heart center. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, feel where your feet are touching the mat. Relax the tailbone down. See if you can zip the pubic bone up towards the belly button. And then we're going to roll out the shoulders one more time. So inhale, shoulders up to the ears, and then shoulder blades down the back on the exhale. So you can do this with release a little sound. Squeeze out all the stress. Draw your heart forward, and then give yourself a couple more rounds here. See if we can really let it out with the sound. Last one. And then feel yourself and your own strength in this mountain pose. On your next inhale, let the hands float up overhead. Palms coming together overhead. Look towards the palms. Perhaps you find a little bit of a back bend here, and then keep your hands on keep your eyes on the hands rather as you dive forward. Forward fold. On the inhale, fingertips to shins, extend through the crown. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back into plank. Here in plank, take a full breath in. Come up onto the toes, onto the balls of the feet. And on your next exhale, lower the knees, place the chest and chin between the hands, untuck the toes, roll forward into cobra. On the exhale, making your way back, downward dog. Find your symmetry, take movement in dog, and see if you can find stillness for just a breath here. On your next inhale, let the right foot float up, and we're going to exhale the knee towards the forehead, coming into our plank. Take a full breath in there, and as you exhale, place the foot on the mat, coming into warrior one. So turn the back heel down, press into both feet, right knee is stacked over right ankle. And then once again, you can bring the hands together here. Even with your pointer fingers is going to help keep the palms together. And then see if you can just look gently up at the hands. It's just going to give you a little bit of a back bend here. Give full breath in, sinking in, pressing into the feet, pressing on the back blade of the back foot. One more full breath in, and a full breath out. And then keeping the position of the legs, release the hands, interlace the fingers behind you. Draw the knuckles towards the heels, opening up those shoulders. And then we're going to bring the nose just inside the knee to find humble warrior. Pressing equally into both feet. See if you can relax the neck. Keep reaching those hands up and over. 3 more breaths here. On an inhale, you can release the hands. We're just going to bring the hands back to the mat to frame the foot and then step back directly into plank. Find your strength here in plank. You can stay with knees, chest, chin, or I welcome you to chaturanga into upward dog. This is your practice. Take your vinyasa. Taking any movement in dog for the first few breaths, and then finding stillness here. Pressing into the fingers, the knuckles of the fingers, taking the weight off the wrists. And then on the next inhale, let the left leg float up. As you exhale, draw the left knee towards the forehead, towards the nose. Take a full breath in there. And then exhale, set the left foot on the mat. Turn the right heel down, coming back into our warrior one. So allowing the palms to come together and looking up at the palms is going to help open the shoulders just a little bit. Another breath here, extending, pressing into both feet, and then release the hands. Draw the palms together behind you, interlace the hands behind you, reach the knuckles towards the back heel, open the heart, and then exhale, finding your humble warrior. Keep letting those hands float up overhead. Take another full breath in, and a full breath out. And then release the hold of the hands, bring the hands back to frame the foot, stepping back into plank, and taking your vinyasa. So either staying with knees, chest, chin, into cobra, or chaturanga, upward dog. And we'll be in this downward dog for about 3 more breaths. So see if you can play around with bringing the weight onto the fingers, the knuckles of the fingers, pressing the tailbone toward the heels, towards the back of the mat. And then gently releasing the pose, starting to walk the feet forward to meet the hands, forward fold. On your inhale, half lift, extend through the crown. Exhale, fold, and then rolling all the way up to stand. Hands back to heart center. Take a full breath in, full breath out, connecting to the heart. We're going to come into chair pose from here. So go ahead and release the hands behind you. Scoot the tailbone back as you reach back behind you. And then you can sweep the fingers alongside the mat. Come up with the arm bones alongside the ears. Take a full breath in and find extension here in the spine. And then we're going to bring all the weight onto the left foot and let the right knee rise up and stack the knees. So we're going to come into an eagle here. Once you find this balance in the legs, you can bring the arms out to either side. Swoop the right arm underneath the left. Bring the palms together. Draw the elbows up towards the chin. See if you can find a full breath in, full breath out. Then we're going to let that right leg float up, keep the arms as they are, and we're going to step back into our warrior 3. So float here for a moment. Extend through the foot and the crown. And then soften the front leg. Place the back foot on the mat. And you'll be here in your warrior one with eagle arms. Draw the elbows up so you can really open those shoulders. Pressing into both feet equally. Take a full breath in. Settling into the pose. One more breath here. And then unwinding the arms. Getting our eagle wings on. And just go ahead and fly yourself forward. Both feet down to the mat. Shake everything out. And then once again, making our way into chair pose. Hands behind you, scooch the tailbone towards the heels. Sweep the fingertips alongside the mat, arm bones alongside the ears. This time we're going to bring all the weight onto the right foot and let the left knee float up and stack on the right. Perhaps you can tuck that foot behind, perhaps not. That's not what's important. Find your balance here first, and then swoop the left arm underneath the right, palms together, lift the elbows. So we're really targeting the shoulders today. One more breath here. And then you can start to unwind the legs. First, finding warrior three. Find your balance here. Extend through the foot, extend through the crown. And then gently soften the front leg. Bring the back foot down, find your warrior one. Keep extending through the feet. Keep drawing the elbows up. Take another full breath in, sinking into the pose on the exhale. And then go ahead and unwind the arms. Fly your eagle arms. And then just gently draw yourself forward, back down. Shake out the legs. Really give them a good shake. And let's just go ahead and squeeze the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then down the back. So we want to move the synovial fluid through the joints. Excellent. Making your way back to the top of the mat. Go ahead and inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. And then extend yourself back into plank. Taking your vinyasa here, either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to upward dog. And then making your way back, downward dog. And then go ahead and inhale the right foot up. Step the right foot forward. And we're going to walk ourselves around so you're in a wide leg forward fold. Fingertips on the mat. Bring your left hand in front of your face. So once again, you can keep the fingers wide and the palm on the mat, or you can make a fist to hold yourself up here. That keeps the wrists straight. So if you have any tension in the wrist, this is a nice way to remove some of that. We're going to take a little twist here. Inhale the right arm up. The full breath in. Extend the crown away from the tailbone. And then on an exhale, release that right arm back down in front of the face. Take a twist to the other side. Both hands back to the mat. Allow yourself to fold all the way here, fingertips between the legs, and you can walk the fingertips back and draw yourself even deeper into the fold. 3 breaths here. Beautiful. See if you can release the neck, release the jaw. And then bring the hands to the hips. Draw yourself all the way up. Wide leg. And then lift the heels, bring the heels in just a little bit. We're gonna turn the right toes towards the top of the mat. Back foot, left foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Inhale the hands up. And again, we're targeting the shoulder space, so see if you can really extend the fingers, open those shoulders, and then bend that right knee to find your warrior two. We're gonna open the shoulders a little bit more today by turning the palms towards the ceiling so the arm bones rotate in the sockets. You might feel that sense of the shoulder blades moving away from the ears, and then just gently turn over just the palms. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, reverse your warrior. On your inhale, coming forward, side angle. Extending away from the fingertips away from the blade of the back foot. Take another full breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can just straighten that bent leg and make your way into triangle. Take one more full breath in and a full breath out. And then soften that front knee, coming back to warrior two. Straightening the leg, turning on the heels, hands to the hips, fold forward. Fingertips can be underneath you, walking you back a little deeper. Or you can even bring the peace fingers around the big toes and draw yourself down. Taking two more breaths here. See if you can release the jaw, release the crown of the head. And then hands back to hips, draw yourself back to stand. Turn the left toes towards the top of the mat. Right foot's parallel with the back of the mat. Inhale, hands up. Bend into that left knee, finding warrior two. Opening up the shoulders, drawing the palms towards the ceiling, and really allowing the shoulder blades to come down the back, and then turning over just the palms. Take a full breath in, feel the extension. And then on your next exhale, turn the front palm and reverse your warrior. Inhaling, finding your way into side angle. Extending from the hand to the foot, so really feeling this dynamic diagonal. One more breath here, and then we'll straighten that left leg and find triangle. Beautiful. Let the heart be open, shoulder blades coming together in the back. And then go ahead and soften the front knee. Draw yourself back to your warrior two. And then straighten both legs, turn on the heel. We'll take our last forward fold here. This time we'll interlace the hands behind the back. Or you can also clasp for opposite elbows, or perhaps reverse prayer is available to you. Whatever you decide, allow those shoulder blades to open and then fall forward. We'll be here for 4 more breaths, so just allow the head and neck to release with gravity. One more full breath in, full breath out. Move into that space you're creating. And then you can gently start to draw yourself back to standing. Release the hands. We'll heel toe the feet together, coming in wider than hip distance. Feet are 45 degrees, so toes are moving out away from the body. And then we're going to take a few squats here. So inhale the hands up. And as you exhale, just coming into Malasana, first just letting the elbows kiss the knees and then pressing into the hands to draw yourself back up. We'll take 2 more like that. On this last one, let's find our way into Malasana. And go ahead and pause here for a few breaths. Now, once again, if you're playing around, if you are on the computer a lot, you probably notice your wrists start to ache. Again, you can take the fist inside of the palm and just find a little relief, really. Take another full breath in, a full breath out. We're going to start to make our way onto the mat. So go ahead and release your fingertips down to the mat, coming onto your back, whatever way is most comfortable. Now we started with a double leg twist, and if you'd like to take that twist, that's great. You're welcome to take that double leg twist. If you want to take a little bit deeper of a twist, you can draw the right leg over the left. Perhaps you can come into the full eagle legs. And then we're going to bring the arms out to either side and just coming into, let the legs fall to the left. So whatever twist is your favorite, take that one. Let the right shoulder be heavy. And then once again, gently on the exhale, you can start to look over that right shoulder. Looking the opposite way of where the knees are going. Let yourself have about 5 more breaths here. And then on an inhale, draw the legs back up. Unwind the legs. So whether you're taking a double leg twist or taking this twisted roots, go ahead and find your way there. Either stacking one knee on top of the other, or just bringing both knees parallel. This time taking the twist to the other side. And then gently letting the head and neck open up to look towards the left. Let yourself have a few more breaths here with each exhalation, allowing gravity to move you. And then inhale, legs back to center. Unwind the legs, squeeze the knees towards the chest, and just rock a little side to side. You can bring the palms to the top of the kneecaps and just go ahead and take the knees in a circle, one direction, and then the other. We're going to take a cooling inversion. So a cooling inversion can be legs up the wall, if you have a wall or a block. You can come into your bridge prep, place the block underneath the sacrum, and then legs up, or you can do the same thing at the wall. Your other choice would be to take a shoulder stand, or perhaps, if it's already in practice, a headstand. If you're taking a shoulder stand, please fold your mat so that you have a little lift. So the shoulders are going to be lifted and the neck will be a little bit lower than the shoulders. It's slight, but it makes a difference. So whether or not you're going to make legs at the wall, headstand or shoulder stand, go ahead and find your way there. If you want to take a shoulder stand, you can follow me. Lifting the hips and then walking the hands down to the rib cage. Remember, don't move your head once you're in shoulder stand. And you really want the weight on your arms, whether you're in headstand or shoulder stand. If you're in headstand, shoulder stand, or legs at the wall, see if you can brighten the toes. If your legs at the wall, just stay there. If headstands in your practice, I'll let you take yourself out of it as you wish. If you're in shoulder stand with me, on your next exhalation, see if you can just draw the feet behind you. If they touch the floor behind you. If they're hanging in space, leave your hands where they're out of the back. If the feet come to touch behind you, you can release the hands along on the mat. Take a few breaths there and plow. If you're following me, if you're in legs at the wall, stay there. And then you can bend the knees, press into the temples. Take a few breaths here. And then you can start to roll your way down. Use the arms to control so that you can draw yourself down vertebra by vertebra. If you've just come out of shoulder stand, go ahead and roll yourself off so you can lengthen your mat once again. If you're in legs at the wall, go ahead and draw yourself out. We'll just take a very quick fish pose here to neutralize the spine. So you can roll the body onto one side, place the palm side down underneath you, roll yourself to the other side. So the arms are locked under the body. And then extend the legs long. Look at your belly. So you come up to look at the belly, all the weight is on the forearms, and then just gently draw the crown of the head back behind you. This is important if you've come into shoulder stand. If you'd rather stay in legs at the wall, that's fine. We'll just take 3 or 4 more breaths here. Remember to press into the forearms so you're not dumping the weight onto the crown. And then you're going to press into the arms and draw the chin towards the chest to look at the belly one more time. And then with control, lowering yourself all the way onto the back. Go ahead and roll the arms out on either side of you. Take the feet wide, making your way to Savasana. And before we release completely into relaxation, just gently look towards one shoulder. Draw the head to center and look towards the other shoulder. Take this one more time, pressing the side of the head into the mat to release the neck. And then finding Shavasana. Let the eyes be heavy. Let the bones be heavy. And then here in Savasana, begin extending your inhalations and becoming aware of where the body is touching the mat. Perhaps breathing a little movement into the fingers and the toes. And then when you're ready, draw the arms up alongside the ears and just take a full body stretch here on your back. Pressing into one side and then the other. And then go ahead and roll onto one side or the other using that arm as a pillow. Pressing yourself up gently to find a seat when you're ready. Once you find that comfortable seat, just keep the eyes closed off and notice what's going on inside the body. On the next inhalation, let the hands float up overhead, get nice and tall, hands in prayer, look up at that prayer, and then drop back to the heart center, press the thumbs into the sternum. Bring the chin towards the chest, honor yourself for your dedication to your own evolution, and then draw the head back to neutral. Namaste.